We are live. So you want to
I'll
do all that?
Everybody.
All that going on. We have some people. What is up? Sweet. We have a couple people joining us. How's it going, everybody?
I guess
Todd is sharing this to his social media.
We're going to stream live on YouTube.
So we're also going to be streaming YouTube. We're going to be talking about, well, the first part is about all the weekly nerd news. So like movie and TV updates for things that are comic book related or entertainment related. Hey, how are you doing? So welcome. So right now we're just kind of getting everything started while people are joining us.
This is YouTube.
So we have YouTube going on. We have this on Periscope and Twitter. And he is sharing things on his account. So I want to thank you guys this week once again. This past week we had more viewers than we had before. So we're just growing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, for liking the show and sharing the show. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, it's still 1,000 more plus per week. Actually, almost 2,000 this week.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So
and stay around. This is part one. Stay around for part two. It'll be on Live Action Comic, the Twitter. That we're going to have some cool stuff about the live action comics. Also, we're going to be telling you how you can win some cool like comic book prizes and everything. So stick around for part two on that. This is part one. This is the weekly nerd news. Are you ready to roll?
I have 3 other accounts to connect to.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're just going to wait for everybody to join.
Live Action Comics, mine, and then... So, wait, hold on. Give me one more second.
Okay. So while he's doing that, just to kind of give you just a little recap of what the show's about. We do this every weekend. So good question. We do it every Sunday. We do the weekly nerd news and we talk about live action comics. But it's a weekly thing where we go over, like I said, the news for TV and film, some comic book and video game related if there's any like news or anything in the going on that past week to kind of catch you up to speed before the week starts. So that's kind of the concept behind the show. So we have a good amount of people here. So in just a second, we're going to get going. We're going to be talking about, Wonder Woman, Cars 3, DuckTales, Batman, the next X-Men movie that's going to be coming out. We have some news on both the cast and the director of that and which one it is. So that's pretty cool. We're going to get to that. Still doing your thing?
Yeah, almost done.
Okay. We good?
Done.
Perfect.
All right,
we're done. Okay, let's do that. Yes, new X-Men. So, we're going to start out with 2 pieces of news that actually happened this week that one canceled out the other. So, Sony, earlier this week, were planning on coming out with clean versions of some of their films. So if you've ever flown on a plane and there's a popular movie, or like the TV version, where they have kind of the clean version, the sanitized for flight, basically, which is boring. What Sony wanted to do is in select movies, they wanted to make those available on DVD for like families to buy. So originally what they talked about were the original Spider-Man. Yes, Deadpool 2 is real, and we have casting news for you on that, so stick around. But like we were talking about...
casting news.
So it is stupid. So the Sony thing is kind of stupid, but originally the plan to start out with was the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, the 2 original Ghostbusters, the 2 Grown Ups movies, as well as Step Brothers and Talladega Nights. We're planning on doing like a sanitized version. Now, Sony claimed that they asked the directors and producers, everyone involved, but some of the directors, and like Judd Apatow, who produced Step Brothers and Talladega Nights, said, they never asked me. And because there was a lot of backlash, because these are like artistic, no, we don't have anything about the next Avengers. Nothing came out this week, but stick around because I'm sure we're going to have some news about that soon. Because that's filming currently.
Yeah.
Sony...
Anything about the next Avengers?
Yeah, we just kind of talked about that, yeah. So now Sony, after getting kind of basically a unofficial cease and desist from the Directors Guild, said, actually, we're not going to do it. I think they're still going to try and do some stuff if it's okay with people. But I think for the most part, Sony almost probably is going to wait for people to talk to them. But most directors and producers don't want Like, they want their movies seen how they are. And they get it for, like, plane rides, because that kind of gets people interested to see the actual piece of art, but they don't want it censored. So that's kind of, so that was a little bit of 2 Sony news. Yes, Black Panther, I saw the trailer, it looks awesome. Very excited about it. Last week we gave the unfortunate news, that Adam West, the 60s Batman, died. This week, the mayor of LA did something really cool, and they had the bat signal shown it on Thursday against City Hall of Los Angeles downtown.
I thought that was amazing, but we didn't even know about it.
Yeah, they announced it really last minute, so unfortunately,
yeah, it was very cool.
Neither of us got
I think we would have went
see it.
Absolutely, just to see that. That was pretty neat.
So this isn't necessarily nerd news, but it's really exciting, I think. The Mayweather and McGregor fight is scheduled for August 26th in Las Vegas. What do you think?
Who wins, guys?
Who do you think wins?
Let's see what they
between
think.
McGregor and Mayweather? Who do you think?
I mean, my opinion is...
You think McGregor? Interesting.
All the rules are for Mayweather. Because he's coming in, it's a boxing match.
Yeah. Oh, Mayweather's not going to agree to do MMA. It's on Floyd's playground.
Yeah, McGregor is not a boxer. I mean, he's a fighter, but he's not like a professional boxer. That's not what his skill set completely is. Yeah. So I think it's completely in favor of Mayweather.
Oh, totally.
I mean...
Well, it all happened because Mayweather kind of talked shit about McGregor, and he's like, I would kick his ass, and McGregor's like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, but it's going to take a lot of McGregor's arsenal off the table.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, he can't kick, he can't...
and it's longer because, even the main events are only 5 rounds, and, I mean, the last fight he had with Diaz, both of them were gassed out by that 5th round.
And that's why he lost to Diaz, I think, because he
lost in the first one, but that was different because of the whole weight shift. Because he got into that weight class because no one would fight McGregor at the weight that he was at, so he had to change for Diaz.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen... I think what's going to happen is it's going to be same as the first Mayweather-Manny Pacquiao fight, where basically McGregor's going to be aggressive, and Mayweather's just going to play it cool and win by points. Which makes it so boring.
Go the distance. Yeah.
It's going to be so boring, but Mayweather, all he cares about is his record.
It's like it will be a super boring
fight. But
we're going to watch it.
Yeah, I still really want to see
it. But
I'm still really excited about it.
Yeah.
So, okay, now let's talk about the next X-Men sequel. Well, I think there's New Mutants might be coming out before it. So next year's X-Men sequel, I think there's 2 or 3 coming out next year. Is the Dark Phoenix. Well, that's right. It's the next installment. So it's actually a continuation of the last one. Simon Kinberg they've officially announced he's the director, and the studio has set a release date of November 2nd of 2018. So it comes out next year. The big news on this is who's coming back? Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, Nicholas Hoult, Alexandria Shipp, Sophie Turner, Ty Sheridan, and Kobe Smith-McPhee. So they're all reprising their roles from the last one, because it was kind of up in the air if that was going to be the end of a trilogy, this last one. Mm-hmm. And they actually are continuing all of that. Yeah, absolutely. So Fox has to do X-Men movies, but what they have to retain the rights. But also what they want to do is Fox wants to have their own expanded universe. So that's why they're coming out with other X-Men properties in movies besides just the... I want to call it the anthology series, which is the sequels.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Jessica Chastain is in talks to play the main villain, Shi'ar Empress Lilandra. So that should be very interesting. I like her.
Yeah.
So she was really good in Zero Dark 30 and pretty much everything that she does is really good. I'm surprised she's going to be in this, but hey, if Cate Blanchett is in Thor, it makes sense that she would be doing this. True. So it should be very interesting. DuckTales, the reboot. Really excited about. The reboot has its premiere date. It's going to kick off with an hour-long television movie to be presented for 24 consecutive hours, beginning midnight, Saturday, August 12th on Disney HD, or XD. So, 24 hours. So basically the same episode over and over and over again to just kind of give anybody. I think what they're doing, they're not looking for ratings, they're looking for exposure. So I think they're kind of doing it you have no excuse not to check this out because literally every hour for 24 hours it's going to be airing.
I guess if you miss it, you really didn't want to see it.
Exactly. Yeah. If you miss it, then you didn't really love DuckTales like we did growing up.
Yeah.
Because I grew up watching DuckTales.
Yes.
Did you watch the others?
I grew up watching DuckTales like crazy.
Darkwing Duck?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tailspin?
All that. Yep.
Bonkers?
Bonkers. Oh my god.
You don't remember Bonkers?
I don't think so.
Oh, it was like this neurotic animal thing that worked as a cop.
Huh.
Yeah, he was like a famous actor or something, and then he had to be like a cop. It was very interesting. But Goof Troop.
Goof Troop. Yes, I do remember that.
That was awesome, and a very goofy movie.
Bringing
pretty
back
awesome.
some
Gummy Bears.
Old school. Yeah,
yes, you remember Gummy Bears?
Yeah.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah, that was good.
Great theme song too.
Yeah,
awesome. So anyway, I'm excited about the DuckTales reboot, and the cast is pretty cool. A lot of cool, funny UCB type people. All right, next up, the guy who played Chuck, Zachary Levi, is going to be in the Psych Christmas movie, the end of the year. He is playing Thin White Duke, a ruthless, mysterious, and dashing villain of the highest order.
Thin White Dude?
Chippendales Rescue Rangers, awesome. Yeah, he's called Thin White Duke.
I said dude. I was just.
I know. I know what you said. We all heard.
It was funny.
Yeah. I guess you had to be there. Next coming up, Michelle Monaghan, who, if you remember, in the third Mission Impossible, played Tom Cruise, a.k.a. Ethan Hunt's wife, and she made a very small appearance in Ghost Protocol. She's coming back for the 6th movie. So we don't have a name for that quite yet, but that'll be interesting. I'm not really sure if she'll be kidnapped, because she kind of already was in the third one.
Are you guys watching the Mission Impossibles? Are you
like Mission Impossible? I'm excited.
I kind of stopped
really?
a couple of them ago, yeah.
Wow, you should pick them up. They're awesome. Yeah. They've gotten really good. Ghost Protocol is my favorite. And I like the third one, too.
You like Ghost Protocol? Mm-hmm. The last one, right?
The last one, I don't remember the name of it. But the last one had Alec Baldwin in it. So, do you remember? Yeah, Tom Cruise.
That's good.
Yes, in the third one, the third Mission Impossible movie actually did not do well in the box office because that's when he did the Oprah. That's when he did the Oprah jumping on the couch. Yes! And that's when he did.
I love her!
Yeah.
It was bad.
So it was a little crazy and kind of killed, even though the third one's awesome.
I still love Tom Cruise, though.
Me too. Tom Cruise, big fan.
Yeah.
So next up, talking about Deadpool 2 for the person who is waiting for this news. Japanese actress Shioli Katsuna has been cast in Deadpool 2. Now, Fox isn't saying who she's playing, but they are saying she plays a key role in it. So that'll be kind of
vague. How vague is that?
Super vague. We don't know if that's...
That's what I mean. It was kind of news, but kind of not.
Yeah, exactly. It's anticlimactic news. Well, not really, because it's kind of cool, but it's like a tease.
Yeah.
It's a tease.
It's good. It's, marketing on their part.
Nobody likes a tease, Fox. Tease. And last but not least, on the news side, we have some renewals coming up, but on the news side, Universal Pictures and Blumhouse, their new thriller, the horror movie that was previously titled Half to Death, that's being released in October on Friday the 13th, they've changed the name to Happy Death Day. The film is about a college student.
I don't know how I feel about the Happy Death Day because I was born on Friday the 13th.
But it works because if it's a horror movie and it's ooh, Friday the 13th. I mean, it makes sense to call it Death Day.
Yeah,
I guess.
It makes more sense than what it
Half to Death, which is a terrible name. So good job, Blumhouse and Universal.
I mean, it's a good call to change.
Who would win versus Wolverine versus Sabretooth? It depends. I'd say Wolverine. But in the movies, he kind of got his ass handed to him in the first X-Men and in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Both times he got his butt whooped. So the film, the Happy Death Day, is about a college student who relives the day of her murder with both its unexceptional details and terrifying end until she discovers her killer's identity. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm assuming it's like a Groundhog's Day thing, or almost like a Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow, but I don't know how you can relive the day that you die. So I guess it depends on the trailer
Keep
if I'm
dying?
interested to see.
I have no idea.
We'll see. Do you think it sounds good or no? I don't. Nobody's really excited about that. We'll see.
Sounds kind of strange.
You know, I think
yeah,
Annabelle.
Exactly. I think that was already a movie before.
Yeah,
it sounds like something that was already done.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Italy? Welcome.
Hi, Italy.
Thank you so much for joining our show. Yeah, so it'll be. I don't know. Annabelle 2 looks super creepy. I think that's probably going to be the scariest movie of the year.
That'd be
because at WonderCon I saw some exclusive footage and I'm like, that's dumb. Yeah. Who gives a crap about the origin story of Annabelle? And then during the vignettes or whatever, I was just like,
yeah, that stuff's creepy.
It was creepy as hell. It was scary. Old
dolls. Ugh.
Yeah, Lovely Bones is very. Yeah. That creepy. Was very similar. You're right to that. The Happy Death Day. So yeah. So now we got some renewals. We have no cancellations because it's the summer, so you don't really have to worry about cancellations except if it's like cable or streaming. Yeah, exactly. He relived the day he died in Edge of Tomorrow / Live Die Repeat. That was when he kept dying and he kept learning from that. So he would die just a little bit later in the day.
Yeah.
In subsequent days of that movie. So renewals, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which just dropped its 3rd season, has been renewed for a 4th season. Not a surprise. Netflix loves the Tina Fey, and that's done really well for them. Also renewed by Netflix, Bill Nye Saves the World. So that's exciting. I grew up watching Bill Nye, the Science Guy, and Beakman's World.
Yeah.
Those are cool. So I'm happy that his show got renewed. ABC renewed The Toy Box for season 2. It's like a reality show. They very quietly by the way, we renewed. You know, it wasn't... There was no fanfare for that like other ABC shows.
Yeah.
So MTV canceled the show Loosely Exactly Nicole. Rumor has it Facebook has picked it up for season 2. Facebook is starting to get into original content.
I heard that.
So that's kind of... I mean, they have the money, but it's like... I'm not quite sure how they're going to launch it.
Where are they going to launch the platform?
Are they going to force it on you like those sponsored ads? I'm assuming.
Watch the show. right on your feed.
Yeah, exactly. It's just in the comments of your grandma's post, and it's going to be a show that she would never watch because she's like, it's so racy. It's too racy, guys. Oh man, I'm not okay with the words they use. And then the last renewal. What do I think about Arrival? I thought it was okay.
I liked the originality of the script.
Right.
I really liked the concept of the language that the aliens spoke that helped everyone become this higher learning.
Yeah, I liked that. I didn't care for the movie itself, but
the actual overall concept of it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really liked that.
I agree. Someone asked what we thought about Glass / Unbreakable 2, and I'm assuming what they're talking about is Split / Unbreakable 2.
Yeah.
Are you excited about that? Because we saw Split.
I like Split.
That was okay.
It was all right.
I'm interested to see them fight.
It wasn't amazing.
I didn't really care for the end, the twist, which wasn't really a twist. I didn't really care for it that much. But that's just me personally. The
part of the end didn't really make a lot of sense.
No, it didn't at all.
Yeah, it's just.
And for a psychologist, that old lady was pretty stupid. Showing up by herself, letting him come into her house. That was the whole thing at the beginning. He's this guy with multiple personalities. She's like, "Yeah, sure, come to my house. What could go wrong about that? I live alone and I'm old and feeble."
And then
sure, it'll be fine.
She saw the warning signs and didn't try to get away.
Nope.
She should have just.
Nope.
But I guess again, that was just what they thought the story should be, and
Now we're on the last part, which is the box office roundup. So Cars 3 premiered. It's not a rumor. They actually are making a sequel to Split with Bruce Willis in it from Unbreakable. So it's not a rumor. That's actually happening. So that's actually in the same universe.
On Netflix last night, I saw a show. It was about a girl that has actual 7 personalities. It was pretty interesting. And I thought, well, the writer had to have seen this or knew about this girl or something like that. I think it's The Girl with 7 Personalities. Check it out. It was kind of creepy yet interesting at the same time, but it reminded me of Split big time. So check that out. Let us know next week what you think about that.
So box office roundup. So Cars 3 came in number 1 at $51.8 million. Now that's lower than a lot of Pixar movies do, but the reason for that is normally the Pixar movies are PG to kind of grab some of the more adult audience, whereas Cars 3 is for like little kids.
Yeah.
So they're not complaining about it, and Cars is like a $10 billion property for them. The second movie turned a profit before it premiered because of all the merchandise. So they're pretty happy with this. They're very happy. And sadly, Cars 3 knocked Wonder Woman off the number 1 spot for her third weekend, where it made $40 million, but it only dropped 32%. So that's actually really good.
Doing really well.
It's made $273.8 million in 3 weeks. And the other good news is this is the second best third weekend ever for Warner Brothers, behind 2008's The Dark Knight, which made in its third weekend $42.66 million, and way ahead of Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad's third weekend. So Wonder Woman's sitting pretty, no pun intended, and it's doing great.
She's very pretty.
Super
Was that what
pretty.
you mean?
So coming
no pun
in,
intended, super pretty?
exactly. I like it.
Yeah, it
so coming in at number 3 is the Tupac biopic All Eyes on Me.
I love The Leftovers, by the way. They're asking about The Leftovers.
Oh.
That's a really cool show.
Yeah.
I just love the concept, and the makers of that are really interesting.
Mm-hmm. So All Eyes on Me blew past industry expectations. They thought it was going to be like 18 to 20 million. It went way past it with 31.2 million. So they're really happy about it. Sadly, 50 Cent and Jada Pinkett Smith were not happy with the movie. They thought it was garbage. Not necessarily the actors. Like Jada Pinkett Smith was very complimentary of the actors, like the Tupac actor and I think the Afeni Shakur's actress. But she said there was a lot of lies in there because she knew.
They were asking about the Tupac movie. I'm so excited for Tupac. I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, it came out.
Yeah, I want to see it. We should go see that.
We should.
I mean, I grew up listening to Tupac.
He's the best rapper ever, and
he's the GOAT.
And if you ever, he is
definitely the GOAT.
He is. I didn't see the Biggie movie. It just didn't. The fact that they left out a lot, and it was produced by Biggie's family. I'm like, I think they're probably going to leave out some not so pleasant stuff. Probably. Not awesome. I love Biggie, like the rapper, but the.
You guys think
movie,
Tupac's alive?
No, he would come out because rap has gotten so crappy with this mumble rap. He would have come out and whooped some ass.
He'd be upset.
He would not be okay with that. So The Mummy dropped down from second place to fourth place with 13.5 million, dropped 57%. Second weekend at 56.1 million. Still doing great internationally, so they're not exactly crying too much about that.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, what's up?
He every week he tells me, text me to tell me
that
we're starting,
yeah.
And every week, sorry, Dad, I forgot to tell you. There's a lot going on. We need to prepare,
So now the other two movies, normally we just do 1 through 5, but because one of the other movies that came out this weekend hit number 6, and it's worth talking about, we're going to talk about. So coming in at number 5 was 47 Meters Down, that shark movie,
I think
with Mandy Moore.
That looks creepy.
With 10.7 million, and below that severely underperformed was Rough Night. The Scarlett Johansson, kind of like The Hangover meets like Very Bad Things type of thing, came in at 8.7 million. Now both of them had horrible exit scores. 47 Meters Down got a C cinema score, and Rough Night got a C+. So even the people who showed up were not loving it. So Rough Night, 47 Meters Down was cheap enough where it's going to turn like a couple bucks profit.
Mandy Moore, though.
Yeah, Mandy Moore.
She adds to it.
Right, she probably was the most expensive part of it. But Rough Night, it looks like they're going to have to take a loss on that. So sadly...
What's that? They created a video tribute for Leftovers? Did you hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Someone just said that.
I don't know. That's kind of cool.
A lot of people did a tribute because you guys liked it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's interesting. I haven't heard that before.
Yes, we actually do. Like, I saw The Mummy. We saw Wonder Woman. We do see these movies before. Not all of them, though. And we didn't see any this weekend.
Yeah.
But anyways,
we see the ones that we
want to see, and we kind of talk about the industry side of it more than like the opinion side. Even though obviously we give
the only movie I've seen recently is Wonder Woman. I've just been pretty busy.
Yeah.
And you saw Mummy.
I saw the Mummy. I mean, we saw a lot. I mean, we've seen a lot of these.
Yeah, and we want to see. I want to see the Tupac movie.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So that's the end of part 1. Stick around. Very shortly, we're going to be doing part 2. It's going to be on Live Action Comic. I'll be sharing that on my Twitter, so you can get to that. But obviously, you can go to @LiveActionComic. Yep, and Transformers coming out next weekend. I'm expecting big things for that. Yeah. I'm for sure seeing that on Friday. Yeah. So it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you over on the flip side on Live Action Comic.
Check us out for part 2. I'm going to show you the prototype of Element X, the costume.
And we're also going to show you how you can win free comics and have them shipped to you. So definitely check that out. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching part 1. And we'll see you guys in part 2.
Thanks a lot, guys. See you in
part 2. And we're live.
We're live. This is part 2 of SuperCast. And thanks. We just want to thank everybody for watching. We've been getting probably like 1,000 to 2,000 likes plus per week. So we just want to say thank you for that. Noah's going to be connecting all the accounts. So he's not being rude. He's just, doing his thing right there. Today we're going to talk about, I'm going to show you how we actually make the Element X costume. Also we'll talk about, how people liked reading the free comic that was on liveactioncomics.com. Get a little bit of, feedback, see how people like the whole process.
And if you haven't yet, you can go to liveactioncomics.com.
Yep.
And then go under shop and go to the first issue of Element X. Hey, welcome. Thanks.
Just go to comics and then
go to comics. Then when you go to checkout, put promo code FREE and you get the first issue of Element X comics for free.
Yep. So did anyone read? We had quite a few people download it, so we just want to see, get some feedback on, what's it say?
Hey, Miriam.
Any comics?
Yeah, actually, like we were just saying, go to liveactioncomics.com. Go in the store section, there's Element X, the first issue. When you go to checkout under promo code, put free, and you get the first issue for free, a digital copy.
Yeah, it'll say $1.99 with tax, but then when you put the promo code free, it negates it.
It'll do the $0 and you'll get it immediately.
Yeah, and you download it right there, and you can do it on your mobile. It will put into, you can select where to put it depending on what kind of device you have. Mm-hmm. I think it will even put into a Kindle. I think someone said, I don't have a Droid, but someone said they downloaded it to their Kindle app and it worked. So it's just a PDF. So whatever PDF viewer you have.
I had a Kindle before, and you can look at PDFs on there. So you can look at your Kindle.
So on an iPhone, it's just iBooks or Adobe.
Same thing with the iPad.
Adobe Reader will be fine too.
Welcome from France. Thank you so much for joining us.
From France. That's good. Also, when we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, we will give away a free comic book, an autographed comic book. And it might have more signatures on it than just mine. So we'll see. I don't know what we'll do with that. But we're also going to give away a poster. What was the poster for? That was for... It
was part of that whole 100. Like when we hit 100 on YouTube, go to Live Action Comics.
1,000 was for the comic.
1,000 was for the comic. Right. 100 is for the signed autographed poster of Element X, along with a bunch of DC and Marvel comics. So you get... like a nice care package. So once we hit 100 subscribers on Live Action Comics for YouTube, of the subscribers, we're going to choose one and we're going to ship them a whole bunch of good stuff.
We have along a bunch with the signed comics to send you, and along with, our stuff, obviously. Mm-hmm. So
let's get into it. Let's get into the Live Action Comic World. What do you have for us this week, Todd?
Today, we're going to show you the prototype of Element X's costume. At this point, Kyle Ambrose is just basically wearing normal clothes, and in the future, this is kind of a little teaser of what it's going to look like in the future, because we're not even close to the point where he's getting his actual costume, but, we're obviously work up to that, but...
What's going on?
We're working on it. Of course, you have to work on it to know what it looks like.
Yeah, so we have a prototype.
We have a prototype.
Todd's been working on.
I've been working on it. I brought it home to show you. So, so if I can get it into the picture with our live cast here.
You're not gonna put it on?
So yeah, I may put it on.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm gonna make you put it on too.
I'm not putting it on.
So if you guys can see, it's the X is in the middle, and then it's actually a vest.
So it's like a molded.
So it's a molded vest.
Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly says to model it. Yeah, he's gonna be putting it on.
And we got like a utility belt around it. It's been a process. We like making the cosplay costumes, and that's kind of what it's built out of right now. We use EVA foam and cut patterns and use like a certain type of glue and heat guns and all that good stuff. It's a process. It's kind of like arts and crafts time. But that's how most of the the movies make their stuff. It's just then we layer a paint. This is not complete by far.
Right.
This is just the framing of it, and then we paint it. We put primer on it.
And how long did that take you so far?
This has been about 4 solid days of, all of us working on it to get it to where it is now. So, and there's the top. So it's kind of like...
So what's the purpose of this part of the costume?
So,
because obviously, with Element X,
right.
Initially he's going to be in like street clothes and stuff.
Yeah, at first he's in street clothes because he's just a normal,
and he hasn't
everyday
quite
Joe.
Figured out his powers.
He doesn't know who he is or what his powers are, and he eventually starts understanding that he has some different abilities, like his strength starts increasing and his mental capability starts increasing. He goes to the doctor, and he finds out that, he's pretty much the strongest and fastest and smartest human on the planet. That's what the doctor kind of revealed to him. And he told the doctor to not reveal that to anybody because he doesn't want to be put under the, public eye, and he doesn't want the government showing up at his house, like studying him and stuff like that. So he wants to keep it really, to himself. But later on, I don't want to give away. We have a big story to tell you guys.
No spoiler alert.
We have a big story to tell you. But the costume has to do with his powers. It has to do with him harnessing the 0-point field. And the costume actually enhances the 0-point field that encompasses his aura.
He's able to delegate that power to different things because of the suit.
Right. And the suit enhances the electromagnetic power of what's happening, how we can actually pull from that field. So that field actually creates like a force field around him. So the suit it aids in that whole process. So it's not just a suit to look cool, and it actually has a purpose, and it's also made out of part Element X. So Element X, you'll find if you guys keep reading the comic that it's an element. It's a brand new element that is found that Kyle's father actually discovered and injected himself with it. In turn, gave Kyle some special properties. And what that does, it's running through his blood system, so it's kind of his body is basically connected to the 0-point field, and in turn, this suit will enhance it. So that's basically all I want to really
all I really want to say,
that.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really good, little bit of information for you guys to see and hear, and see the costume. And the costume will obviously go through a lot of different changes.
Right, and this isn't the final.
And it's not the final. It's actually the first.
It's the prototype.
To where we can
it's
take
the
some
working model, which in a lot of costume design, they kind of have like this is what it's kind of looks like, and then you kind of take notes from this, see what works, what doesn't. what type of material would be more efficient for what it's for. I mean, this is more like the homemade, like, cosplay type aspect of it before getting to, like, the official.
Yeah, well, Christopher Nolan built the Batmobile in his garage. So that's kind of what I attribute this to. So
nice.
So I think that's kind of cool. But, you know, like I said, we'll paint it. We'll make it look prettier. And I think it's a pretty good, you know, first example. It's kind of cool. This won't be flat. This is going to be, like, body armor and maybe some type of muscles. But, you know, it'll be a lot more dimension to it, so it won't look so flat. But it'll have some texture to it. And then we'll put some cool paints. And I haven't decided if it's going to be a metallic or a black. I was thinking like a flat black. What do you guys think the color should be? I was thinking...
Do you want like silver or flat black?
I was thinking flat black and some silvers. Like the X would be silver and everything else would be flat black. But
oh, metallic blue. That's an interesting idea.
That'd be an interesting one. Well, the when you display like an aura, a lot of times it is blue. So that could be.
Interesting.
Or I was thinking blue for the X.
Yeah, matte black is what he was thinking.
Yeah, matte black that's always a good choice. So, but anyway, that's that, and you know, hopefully, you know, it comes together, and we'll continue to show, you know, the updated models of it and everything. So that'd be good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And also, I'm probably going to show. I don't know if it'll be me or someone that works with us that builds costumes, but we'll show an actual tutorial on how to make costumes and what materials we've used, and you know, because you don't really know what to use until you do it, because like we went through like 3 different types of glue, for example. And for the person starting out in this whole thing, it's expensive to buy the wrong glue because, you know, you're clearly not using
you're wasting
it.
money.
Yeah. So we're all family, so, you know, we're sharing information to you guys. So hopefully it helps you guys out and you don't have to spend a little more money than, you know, than you expected to. Because life is hard and, you know, stuff costs a lot of money just to live. So anyway. But anyone read the comic? I know we had quite a few. I don't know if we have any live viewers.
Yeah, if you've read it, if you're not watching this live, feel free to comment below about what you thought about the free first issue of Element X.
Yeah, a lot of times we have just people comment afterwards.
Because they're not catching this live.
Right, they're probably at work or who knows.
So, and as a reminder, we said at the top of the show, but if you're just joining us, if you want the free, a first issue of Element X for free, go to liveactioncomics.com to the store, and when it's time to check out for the first issue, type in the promo code FREE. So we could post a link. Yeah, we'll post a link underneath this once we're done, so that you can go and like buy it. So we'll post a direct link to issue 1, and then you go, like I said, check out promo code FREE, get it for free immediately. Yeah,
if you go to this actual handle for Twitter at Live Action Comic, I have a couple posts of the link of, you know, that goes right to it. So it just says free comic download. It's pretty simple. It's probably like 2 or 3 Twitter posts down, but it's right there. So it's pretty easy. Now, I mean, obviously, if you're on Live Action Comic, you can look just below this, or you can go to the Noah Kinsey Twitter account for part 1, where I had the Weekly Nerd News, where he talked about Deadpool 2, the next X-Men sequel, Dark Phoenix, DuckTales, Wonder Woman, Cars 3. We talked about all that stuff. So check that out. Once again, subscribe on YouTube to Live Action Comics. When we get to 100 subscribers, we're giving away a care package of a bunch of DC and Marvel comics, as well as a signed poster, an autographed poster for Element X along with that. And we're going to pick from one of the 100 subscribers to send them that care package with a bunch of cool prizes. Yep. So other than that, thank you guys. That's it. What you want to say? That's all we have today. Awesome. Just want to show the costume and the progress we've made, and we're happy about it. So until next week, we'll see you guys here next week live on Twitter and Periscope. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, guys.